We solved the big mystery of Debbie's Amazon.
Alexa.
That's right. I didn't want to say her name because then she lights up over here and now she starts talking.
You can change the name of that thing.
That's true.
You can even turn it into computer.
We're already off the rails.
We are off the rails. We solved the big mystery about her saying okie dokie. So we've got breaking news for you.
And now, a whole new way to watch radio. The Dennis George Show. Here's your host, Dennis George.
Some of you may remember we will get into it, but some of you may remember last show we were talking about the randomness of Debbie's Amazon device just simply responding okie dokie, which was pretty hysterical. And
I wish mine was
extensive research was done. We're gonna get to it in a second. You're all gonna get a chance. Just hold on. Extensive research was done. We're gonna talk about that research at length in just one moment. Mitch is in the house.
Alexa, play fart noises.
Oh my God, we're gonna get you. Couldn't wait at all, could you? No,
please don't.
Alexa off. Oh my God.
Run.
Sam is here.
I'm gonna go ahead and put Dennis on the list.
Oh my God.
Wait, no. Dennis is not on the apology list.
No.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Debbie is here.
Howdy, everybody.
Yeah, she's here, and she's gonna tell all.
I want to hear this.
Denny G is here. Howdy.
Hi, good morning,
good.
afternoon, evening, whatever you're listening.
Yep. What did he say in what was that movie The Truman Show? What did he say his greeting all the time was?
Good morning, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Right, yeah, right.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh, you lie.
No,
you lie like a starfish. We saw we all saw each other this past week, and Mitch, unknowingly to him, solved the okie dokie crisis. Now, to catch you up to speed, and then we'll tell you what happened. Debbie and I were having a FaceTime conversation a couple weeks ago, and out of the blue, Alexa starts talking gibberish, and Debbie couldn't get her to stop talking.
She wasn't talking. She was making fart noises is what she was doing.
Making fart noises, which, by the way, was unsolicited. We should point out, it's not that Debbie sits at home and wants to enjoy fart noise. I don't think so anyway. Is that right?
Sure. That's what they all say.
I do not want to. No.
Yeah,
no,
that's not your thing. It's not her thing.
I'll pass.
We did have one email from a listener who said it was their thing. We're not going to get into that. But it's not Debbie's thing. Let's be clear.
Wait,
no, I'm out.
The listeners into that?
Yeah. So
I'll be over in a minute.
Good for them.
We were together this past week, and Mitch did some extensive research. Mitch, how did you torture us?
I just asked the computer to play fart noises.
And I didn't know this was an option, but apparently this is actually
It's a feature.
Yeah, apparently she will go through an excruciatingly long list.
Stop being a drama queen. We did not let it play for that long. Stop being a drama queen.
How long, Debbie, did we put up noises?
I did let it play 17 farts in a row.
Benny G, how many? How long? It was long.
Too long. Well, enough. Fortunately, I was out in the garage and I could walk away from it.
It did say, you want me to do 17 random ones in a row? And I was like, yes. And then it got done. I was like, you want me to play 34? And that's when I was classy and I said, no, that's enough.
I would say
that's when the class level kicked in.
It was not half an hour. It was not like you said it was.
Yeah, it was not really long. It was maybe 30 seconds.
No,
it's playing through the whole house, isn't it?
No,
I think he restricted it or whatever.
I wanted to do it
The
everywhere,
whole
but it would.
experience was probably 20 minutes of him testing different things.
No,
It
it
was
wasn't.
not.
It
to
was not
stop
20
being a
minutes.
drama queen. It was not. So I'm gonna get to the end of the story because you are just taking way too long with this. So the whole purpose
We're in
of us
fart
bringing this
land.
up again was because when he told her to stop, she said okie dokie.
Okie-dokie. Yeah, it's that feature. When
It was
when
that
you tell
feature.
that feature to
Yeah.
turn off. It's
And
that.
I'm assuming there might be others that do something different like that, whether it's okie dokie or something else. But yeah, that particular feature, if you ask her to play fart noises when she shuts off, she says okie dokie at the end.
Do you want that
I-
job? Do you want that job at Amazon? Like, do you want to be the programmer that sits in a room and goes, well, what do we want to program her to do today?
Dennis,
Yeah.
it takes all kinds of people, all kinds, to make this world go round. So if there are
Mhm.
people out there that are in fart noises, you just let them be into fart noises.
Some people can
Don't-
play a tune.
God,
Do they-
don't-
Oh my God.
They
There's
can.
a package that
Yeah.
you can buy that includes farting happy birthday on that particular device.
I'm just we have opened
Everybody has talents.
we have opened up our listeners to a whole new world, and I guarantee there will be a run now on
A wet
the
run.
the Amazon device. He requested that's gross energy.
That's perfect.
But
make
mystery
noise.
solved. That's the point. Mystery solved.
Mystery solved. Yeah. There's the answer, right? Mystery solved.
Right. So when you engage your Amazon device into fart noises and it ends and you tell it to shut off, it says okie dokie.
Now, you think they just programmed those noises? You think they went out in a field trip and did microphones and did recordings?
Well, I mean, they classified them too, because I mean, you could tell her to play a difficult part. You could tell her to play a wet part.
People probably sent in for their audio.
Play sharded sounds, please.
Let's
That
be
was
clear.
part of the
We're
extension
not
pack. We
asking
tried
you
to
to
find
send
out.
those in. We are not asking
Yes,
you.
he is.
Yes, we
Wants
are.
to hear your fart
Podcast
sound.
No, don't.
Dennis wants your fart sound.
DennisGeorgeShow.com.
Dennis won't open them though. Dennis
Just
won't
the
open
sound
up those
files. He does not want video.
Right. It's true. It's
Yeah.
went and saw an amazing fireworks show. I will tell you, over at Sam's house. I don't want to give it all away, but over at Sam's house, it was amazing, and incredible. And he had the whole neighborhood there. And I think they all. He's Mr. Popular. And
Sometimes.
he made a brisket, which I will
Mm.
tell you that it was fantastic. And I
Mhm.
should have gotten more. I'm still a week later. I am still upset.
You're still tasting my meat?
Yes, I still want your meat. A week later, I am still upset that I did not go back and get more. Like
Yeah.
I'm violently angry at
You ate
myself.
too much other stuff.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. That's the thing is, I was very good. I had a small plate. I did not have much stuff at all. Debbie was there. I went once. I got no sweets at all.
That's really good.
2 bites of pasta salad, 2 bites of potato salad, which was amazing. I had
German potato salad.
1 piece of brisket and 1 brat, and that was it because I wanted to really be careful and good.
And a bun. You had a bun. I saw a bun on your
And a
plate.
bun, absolutely.
Everybody likes
For the
buns.
brat, yeah.
Let's
I
talk
was-
about. Wait.
Food police, food police.
We need to talk about the buns. So the buns, most hot dog buns are open on one end or the other end, and you can fold it open. And so here I am standing there trying to get my bratwurst in there, trying to get the sides open. No, I'm tearing at the thing. I'm clawing at this bun. Neither side is opening.
Shove some meat between some buns.
Right. Neither side is opening at all. And I nearly have it torn now. And it's torn open and it's shredded on my plate. And I walk a couple steps away and I try to look back at the package and it says butter top split. Whatever the hell is that? Apparently they cut the bun across the top and then
So
you
you put
open it
butter
up
in
on the
it?
top. Never realized that was what that was.
And I don't think it ever said anywhere on the package that it was a hot dog bun. Just
Probably
so-
not.
I
Probably
don't
not.
think it was.
Probably not. But I clawed at it trying to get over. So here I am sitting down, and my bratwurst is literally just sitting on top of this
Bread.
that's been clawed at like a rabid animal.
Did you try to like mold the bread around the brat so you
Yeah.
could eat it?
And so I
Pigs in a blanket style.
right. I had no opportunity to put mustard on it or anything because there was no place to put it. Like it normally sits inside there.
I am so sorry I missed that
I
portion
know.
of that.
So I was the one that brought the buns, and I did not realize
That
at the
explains
time
it.
That was an unexpected benefit. All right, watching
Right.
people like
It was like opening a CD package, with the clear
with the
plastic
cellophane
on
that
it.
would just rip into
You're
tiny little
clawing
pieces.
at it, right?
Yeah.
So
Now
I
gotta
was
talk
wondering,
about
I was
what-
sitting next to you while you were eating. I don't know if you remember that, but I was wondering why it looked like such a mess on your plate.
clawed at it,
So I just tried not to look. That's all.
right?
I got to talk about the Reese's Pieces treats that Debbie made. Oh,
Yeah.
I never had
was-
one.
That was
Oh.
special request. I mean, Mitch, you
They were
requested
really
them,
good.
so I made them.
and I was not
No
wrong.
sweets.
So there
you
was a
weren't.
guest there.
Welcome
So
to
they were in a
Tampa.
different room,
Yeah,
and
it was
there
a
was
good
another
idea.
guest there. Her name was Anne. So
My mom.
she instructed one of her granddaughters to go in the other room and get her one, and she yells as the granddaughter's going in the other room. She yells, "Bring the whole thing!" So, and then she comes back into the room with the granddaughter, and she goes, "No, give me the whole thing!" Like, and she took the entire container. I was like, "Well, no one else is going to get any of that."
Well, here's the thing. My mother's side of the family has an amazing sweet tooth. And so she was doling that out to make sure that, eye for me.
Portioning it out.
One for you, one for me. One for you, 1, 2 for me. 3 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me. Yeah.
So
I,
for the
uh,
Did you have,
listeners,
Mitch? Did you
it's
have a
like
lot of? Did you have a lot of sweets when you were growing up at the table and stuff?
Not like it was always after dinner.
Okay.
So for the listeners, these treats were kind of like a Rice Krispie treat, but you replaced the Rice Krispies with Reese's.
I think they're called Reese's Puffs. I don't.
Reese's
Yeah.
Puffs.
It was
Yeah,
a
that's right.
cereal, right?
Cereal.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
cereal. Yeah. And I will say for our listeners, the adjustment that I have made, because the original recipe that I created, it was a request from one of the girls that I used to play volleyball with, because I used to always make treats for, something, chocolate chip cookies, Buckeyes, something for the volleyball tournament. And she requested Rice Krispie treats, but made with Golden Grahams cereal instead of Rice Krispies. So
Yeah.
that's the original
And they're amazing
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
original recipe that I came up with.
Yeah.
So the difference that I have between what I make and the Rice Krispie cereal recipe is I use 4 tablespoons of butter instead of 2 tablespoons of butter.
Mm.
And then I, of course, substitute a different cereal. So the Reese's Puffs, Mitch, I have to tell you, I went to an event yesterday. It was a birthday party for a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I did the same thing. I made the double batch of the Golden Graham treats and then the Reese's Puffs. Yeah, they went over really well there yesterday too. But
Yeah.
Which
there's
goes
some
better?
Die-hard people that love the Golden Graham treats are like, no,
I agree.
don't get me wrong, these Reese's Puffs are good, but I gotta
Agreed.
go with the OG. I gotta go with the original.
Which
Well,
do you
but that's-
prefer?
There's years of conditioning, Debbie, that you put us through.
There is, yes.
There's
Because
historical.
I've been
there's
doing
Debbie,
these
which do you
for-
prefer?
I personally don't like Golden Grahams,
Uh-huh.
so
okay.
I don't eat the Golden Graham treat. So
But
I
this
really
is-
like the
wait,
Reese's Puffs.
wait. This is the smartest thing ever. I learned this many years ago with Debbie. This is the smartest thing ever. Make a sugary, not good for you treat that you do not like to bring to stuff, because then you won't
Right.
eat it. I mean,
Correct.
because
Well, you
I
won't
have-
gorge yourself with it.
right,
at
because
least.
I make this Christmas Chex Mix thing that I absolutely love.
It's
it
not
is-
Chex Mix. It's crack.
It's right.
You make
Christmas,
crack.
Christmas crack, and it's really good. And it is the death of me because I really like it.
I'm still waiting for my Christmas crack because I have yet to ever get any of your Christmas crack. 'Cause
No.
you never share it with me.
Is that
Debbie,
true?
don't do it. Debbie, don't do it. You're going to be addicted.
No,
It's
no, don't do
absolutely
it.
true because I'm usually back home in Virginia for Christmas, and so
Oh.
you
True.
don't ever save any for me. So
I
you
knew there
don't
was a
have it.
reason. Okay, I knew there was a reason because I knew I loved you, so I was like, I knew
Well-
there was a reason.
Whose fault is it for going back to West Virginia?
Right.
Don't make me come across the screen.
Country roads.
Not afraid. Not afraid.
No, you keep saying
Take me
that.
home.
Yeah. So we had a good week. It was good fireworks show. Fireworks were amazing. The food was incredible. Thank you, Sam,
Welcome.
for hosting thousands of people in the neighborhood and everything. It was good fun for everyone.
It's always so packed.
Yeah, it was nice. We got a good show. A little bit of weird people. We're gonna talk a little bit about the lottery, but first, here is a special message specifically for intern Eric.
The Dennis George Show continues after this.
This one here.
I'm Morgan Freeman. I'm not a doctor, but I trust science. And I'm told that for some reason people trust me. So here I am to say,
Eric.
I trust science and I got the vaccine. If
Eric.
you trust me, you'll get the vaccine.
Eric.
In math, it's called the distributive property.
Listen,
In
Eric.
people, it's called taking care of one another.
For you.
Get the vaccine.
Now.
Help make our world a safe place for us to enjoy ourselves again.
Eric, I'm disappointed.
Please.
Please.
The views expressed on Dennis George Show
Are not our own or anyone else's.
Listen at your own risk, and we cannot be held responsible for your ears burning, bleeding, or ringing, or the blurred eyesight.
some things you will not be able to unhear or unsee, and for that,
You are warned.
Do not try anything we suggest or talk about at home, work, or in your car.
A reminder, there are no rules, and our show is intended for mature audience only.
or at a minimum,
Those over your state's or country's legal age of consent.
Any experiments
Jobs, skills, or sexual positions suggested
and or recommended
are for comedy purposes only and should not be tried without supervision.
or a spotter.
safety word or phrase,
Is recommended in advance of trying anything
Any
new.
medical advice
or comments that seem like medical advice,
should be reviewed with your own doctor.
or at least.
Check it on Google like we did.
Thank you, and good luck.
And
I'm not
now,
suggesting-
back to the Dennis George Show.
I'm not suggesting that public shaming of failing to get a vaccine is the new way to go. Like, I don't think we should.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Unless it gets results.
right. Start putting pictures in the paper and online. This person has not been vaccinated.
I think it's interesting that we are so fortunate that we have the vaccine in the United States. And there's so many countries that don't even have the capabilities to make the vaccine or get
Or
the
buy it.
We have a
or able
huge.
to buy it. And
Right.
and we
That's
yet
right.
still have so many people that are like, no, I don't want it.
We're incredibly privileged. A good number of our listeners are in India, and that country is just in a horrible condition. And they, something like 1% of people have access to a vaccine in India, and they all want it. They all understand it, and we're very privileged. We can get it, and there's a surplus here, and yet we don't take it. And it you're right, Sam, completely. It's amazing to me. I understand your body, you make decisions, but in this case, when you're making these decisions, you're actually affecting other people potentially. And that's where the difference is for me. I mean, I if it was not affecting anyone else, then it's a fair decision that you get to make on your own. But I think because you could infect other people and that they could get sick and die, I think it's pretty serious.
What I can't understand, I can't wrap my head around is the people who are saying, it's my body, my choice. I don't want to get the shot. And then when this is all over, they're going to be anti-abortion. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going there. All right. You can't have
No, that's not a
it
true thing.
both ways. All right.
No.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
daughter won't get it.
Yeah. Is there
And she's a doctor, She won't.
has she said a reason why?
No, I don't even bother to ask. When people don't want it, there's no sense arguing with them about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just gets you upset, maybe. So I don't, it's your life. You do what you want, but I think it's wrong. But that's me.
Well, it's
I
a
got my
choice.
shots. I'm good.
It's a choice. And,
it's a
and
choice.
I have to respect the right of people to make that choice. I'm just saddened by people that don't seem to realize that due to the vast effect this could have on the full population, they're not making that choice, not for themselves, but for the population. And that's what makes me sad.
I'm not a vaccine person at all. So I don't get the flu vaccine every year like they tell you to. I don't do that. But I got the Moderna vaccine only because I viewed it like I view polio. And so I grew up in that time when they were closing swimming pools, and I had somebody in my class was walking around in crutches, and you always see people in iron lungs, and and so they had the polio vaccine. So if so you got it, and then actually they required it in schools after a while.
Yeah.
To even go back to school. So I view it like that. It's a life-threatening disease. It's not the flu.
Right.
It's a killer.
It's true.
You're so old to remember all that.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Apologize
to Denny G.
I'd say F you,
Aw.
but it's the
Oh,
It's in context.
okay.
I just wanted to lighten the mood a little
I'm
bit.
a historian. I'm a historian of facts that are not true.
So is that a selfie behind you?
Oh,
that was his last light.
Time two.
Right.
Time two. Debbie, where's your button? Where is your bell, Debbie? Where's my bell, Dennis?
I am going to ship you one, Mitch.
You said that like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know it's on the list. Friday, North Carolina lottery officials announced that so the pick 3 on Friday, the numbers that came up were 0, 0, 0. Those were the pick 3 numbers that came up. 9,000.
Can you say those numbers again for me?
0, 0, 0. 9,307 players picked those numbers for a prize total of $3.6 million spread across all of them. By the way, the lottery officials say that that's the most popular way people pick numbers is using what's called trips. I'd never heard that phrase before, but apparently trips, I guess, for triples. I guess that's what that means.
Yeah, trips. Like in poker, trips. You got trips,
Trips, yeah.
Trips.
I
never heard that
So
before.
for the math majors out there and the computer people out there, which we have a few on the show, I didn't think 0 was a number.
Oh my Jesus!
Neither did a lot of Europe before they met Arabia.
So if you have 0 pens, how can you have?
Because she gets it.
How can you have any pens? Like 0 is no number. There's no.
Dennis, I'm not engaging in this conversation with you because just like the solar system, we're not going to get this concept through to you. So I'm just not.
I got one thing. So if he had -1, would you think -1 is a number? Dennis, is -1 a number?
How do you have -1?
Because the next question is going to be, how do you have -1 pens? So pens is a bad thing to use relative to 0.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can smell the smoke.
And Denny G comes back strong.
Call me old, will you?
Right?
That's right there.
Bob and weave.
Florida man who decided to spend the holiday weekend cleaning his home found a months-old Powerball ticket that turned out to be a $1 million winner. Kenneth Morgan.
How?
Yeah,
How?
right.
How do you buy a ticket and not care about it?
No,
yeah,
a lot of people
why
do.
He was cleaning his house.
Right. No, he didn't know. He didn't check at all. Kenneth Morgan, Jacksonville, Florida, bought his ticket in the April 17th Powerball drawing at the Publix liquor store in Jacksonville. The ticket he completely forgot he had. So he was cleaning his house on the 4th of July when he found the Powerball ticket in a drawer and decided to check the numbers. Debbie?
He was drunk when he bought the ticket.
Right.
There you go.
He didn't remember he had it.
Was it
That's
past
my-
the expiration though?
That's my
No,
theory.
he
No, it was
matched-
just April.
Yeah, it was April. He matched all 5 numbers, did not get the Powerball, but he got $1 million, which is amazing. By the way, this is an important note. Over $900 million goes unclaimed in lottery winnings in the United States annually. $900 million goes unclaimed annually in the United States.
Not a
Because
surprise.
people don't check their tickets. Most states give you up to 6 months to claim your prize.
Or do you think it's all like the dollar winners that people are like, I am not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this for $1, and then they just throw the ticket away.
Maybe. There are a lot of $500,000, $200,000, $1 million winners that never claim. They just don't know. They don't check. And they just don't know.
Why would you get a ticket and not check it?
Maybe he had a
And
fatal
not
automobile accident, so he never had a chance.
Do any of you play the lottery?
Guilty.
Occasionally.
I'm a fair weather player, so when it climbs up in the numbers, I will play it. which makes no sense because aren't my odds bet? No, the odds are the same.
No,
no
the
matter
odds
what.
are
That's
Odds
right.
are the same.
Right.
You get luckier if you buy flowers.
What?
luckier
Let's
if you buy
explore that.
flowers.
Wait a minute. You get luckier if you buy
What?
flowers.
You always get flowers. at
Instead of
least.
spending the money on a lottery ticket, just spend money on flowers.
And you're saying I'll get lucky?
You might.
Well,
Well, you live
who you get the
alone,
flowers
so
too.
you have to get lucky by
I think
yourself.
you're gonna have to invite people over. Right.
This is
And
going
again,
down a
comes that
Bad path. Bad
Yeah,
path.
we need to stop that path.
I've got to go find some flowers. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
No,
Who knew it was so
no.
easy?
I'm going to walk around with a lottery ticket in one hand and flowers in the other hand. Let's go.
See which hand gets you lucky. Is that what you're
That's
saying?
right.
See,
Yeah.
now you took me down that path. All of
You
you,
did it.
all of you. You
You
took
did
me
it.
right there.
You did it.
You took the bait. Finally.
Fine.
You know, rough sex is with your right hand.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. Valentine's Day
no.
is with your left. Every other day is with your right. The left hand is for like the wine, the dime.
No.
Well, less
Right.
It
calluses.
depends. It
Yeah.
depends on which hand you are, though.
You're right.
If you're
Your dominant
left-handed,
hand-
it's
The
reversed.
bell's not working, Debbie.
Your
We
dominant
apologize
hand is the
to me
wham
for
bam
leading you
thank
down
you
the dark
officer.
path.
All right.
You all are making a liar out of me. I told Mitch's niece that it was fine for her to listen to the show. And I was
Oh no.
Didn't.
No. Which one? The oldest?
the one that's I can't say the most smartest. Uh,
And that just reflects poorly on you.
But we're gonna have to put her on the apology list.
You
Yeah,
don't have to
put my
say
niece-
most in front of smartest. You're either the
put my
smartest or
nieces
you're
on
not.
the
You're not the
apology
most
list.
smartest.
Put all of my nieces on the apology list. Put my mother on the apology.
it's fine. It's fine.
So how old?
16 if it's the oldest.
16 going on 50. I
That's
mean,
old
she's-
enough.
She's
That's old
she's
No,
she's
15 going on 16.
she's very they're all are very smart and very bright, but she's particularly inquisitive and asked quite a bit about the show. It gave me plenty of things to talk about Mitch. So we're gonna do a whole Mitch segment because
Yeah.
she sent me-
Are we trashing him or just talking nice about him?
no, we're trashing him.
Oh,
She
of
said
course.
videos and a whole bunch of different things. So she has my my phone number now, so we're texting. It's fantastic.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Okay, Mitch, I'm going to apologize preemptively because I feel like this is going to get really bad for you, and I'm so sorry.
I can't think of anything bad to say about Mitch, though. I don't know.
No, they're actually nothing
Oh,
bad.
there's plenty.
2 times.
Apparently,
2 times.
Sam's going to
I
be a
yield
special,
my time to Sam.
Sam's going to be a special correspondent for the show. It's fantastic. Do any of you play the lottery?
Yes, I do.
You do, Mitch? Do you play the lottery? Yeah.
No, are we going in a circle?
Well, we really didn't get very far into it.
Yeah.
I
Debbie,
don't do Powerball though. I'm a more scratch offs fan because I actually win better on scratch offs.
Yes, you would. Odds
Yeah.
are better.
Odds are better, yeah. I think I've done scratchers. I've probably won. The most I've ever won on a scratcher is probably $20, I would guess.
Oh, that's sad.
My grandmother used to give me scratchers for Christmas. She'd put them in the
you in the
socks.
gambling mood.
Right. Well, she was a gambler, I think. Oh, maybe she wasn't. I don't know. My impression of my grandmother is that she was a gambler, but I don't know if she ever went to Vegas. But there were no real casinos here. Not really when she was alive. A few, but I don't think she ever went to the casino here. I don't remember.
So she
That
was a
at all.
gambler at heart, but she had nowhere to play.
Yeah, I do remember her when I was younger. I do remember her playing cards, and I remember them. I think I remember them putting money in the table. I think I remember that. I'm not
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah. But she would give me scratcher tickets for Christmas in a sock. I'd always get new socks for Christmas. I'd get socks from her, scratchers, and $100 bill. And I remember when I was little, that $100 bill was the most money. That was like I look forward to that. That was like the thing, you know.
Yeah, you were a millionaire.
Yeah, I mean that was fantastic, and it was a crispy $100 bill. It was a deal.
So
I would have given Dennis Cole.
So you are not of legal age to even.
You know, you can get a
play the
stocking with
lottery.
coal in it and hang it by the fireplace.
That's true. No, I was
You're
not of
wrong.
legal age. That's a good point. Can you not? If you're not, how
18. You
really?
gotta be 18.
So
Is it 18 or 21?
To do
I
what?
think it's 21
To win a
buy
scratch
lottery.
in the lottery.
Scratch off tickets. I think you have to be 21 because it's 21 to get into the casino.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think
My
it is
grandma was
21.
giving us stuff that we couldn't. So really, we were
Look it
scratching
up.
for her because we probably would win and have to hand it back to her to get it redeemed.
Yeah.
Which this
so
is really
she would
interesting
win.
because every time that I go to the gas station and I go buy a 12-pack of beer and I throw it up on the counter, they always ask for my ID. Always. But if I go in there and go, can I get a number 5? They have no problem with just going, sure, $5.
So they are supposed to, anybody that looks to be under 40, when you're buying alcohol, they are
Right.
supposed to card.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But if it's
that's
same
the difference.
legal age, you would think that they would be the same rules.
Well, there's a different enforcement. You can lose your liquor license. The lottery really doesn't care. So
Well, some places they ask you for your ID no matter how old you are, because that's their rule at the establishment. You got to ask for.
Yeah.
Well, now that I have
Airport
this
particularly.
beautiful gray streak in my hair, I don't get carded anymore.
that's an X-Man thing.
Huh.
I'm sorry, it's a what?
It's an X-Man thing. Debbie's a superhero. It's
Mitchell.
she
It's
was
an X people.
Mitchell, he said X-Man. I just
I
want to
know.
point that out. He said X-Man.
X-woman. What's that woman? Lightning or Firefly or what is her name?
I can't even
Rogue.
talk to you. You can't
Rogue
even
is
call
who
them
you're
by their
looking
proper
for.
name.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
X-Men. They are called the X-Men, not X-Man.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so I've done some research.
Apologize to
Ooh,
the X-Men.
all right, Sam.
Yeah. What's the
For,
research?
for casino in the great state of Missouri,
Yeah.
you can go into the casino at 21 and you can play lotto at 18. All states are different. Montana casino 18, lotto 18. Mississippi 18. They don't care about the lottery. They have a dot. They just have a dash. So you can be 12 or 2 and you can buy lottery.
So in Mississippi, you can date your sister and play the lottery.
Right.
That's how they pay the rent.
Right.
Apologize.
Apologize to
Apologize.
Both of them help pay the rent.
Right.
So the follow-up question I would have is, what is the legal drinking age in all of these? Because are the ones that are 18 across the board, are those states also 18 is the legal drinking age versus a 21?
I'm on it.
That was just a thought that popped into my mind if you were reading.
Right.
I mean, Mississippi, it's a southern state. You can if you over the bar, you can drink.
Right.
Montana was the 18 and 18, and their legal drinking age is 21 still.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that
There
was
you
a
go.
nice little
We
trip
learned.
Yeah.
The more you know.
down Casino and Lottery Lane. We should get that sound effect for you, Sam. More you know.
Casino? Oh, the more you know.
Put it on the list for the intern to do, because his list just keeps getting longer and longer.
That's
Come
true.
on, Eric.
Yeah, Eric. Slacking.
Get your shot.
Do you have him bound and gagged somewhere?
He's a. Oh my god. Yeah,
Gravy almighty.
Eric is tied up over here. That's fantastic.
Wait, Dennis, did you just say, hey, Eric is tied up over here?
Yes, what he said.
That's what I said.
Are you wearing pants, Dennis?
We'll be right back
Don't
after
stand up. Don't stand up.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Find us online at DennisGeorgeShow.com.
Hey there, catch us 24/7 on social media. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Good Pods. On Alexa and Google Assist, say, play Dennis George Show podcast.
If you have a question or comment, send us an email at podcast@DennisGeorgeShow.com. Or if you're just looking for a date. If we read your question or comment on the show, we'll send you a Dennis George Show t-shirt. That's podcast@DennisGeorgeShow.com. Now back to the show.
Well, it's time for that segment we all love, which is Debbie's top 10 list. And we've talked about a few of these things in past episodes, but this is a good refresher on a couple of them. but there are lots of good things to talk about. Debbie, what do you got?
Top 10 myths.
Yeah,
Ooh,
myths.
Because I think that people think are true, but are not really true.
Yeah, and I
So-
believed all of these.
Shocking. So number 10 is that tryptophan in turkey makes you sleepy during Thanksgiving.
That's
And
true.
actually, chicken has more tryptophan than turkey, and we only get sleepy on Thanksgiving because we overeat so much.
No.
Or drink too much.
Yeah,
Okay.
That
you don't think
too.
it's an excuse for people not to do the dishes? They're like, man, I'm so sleepy. It's that
I had
tryptophan.
too much turkey. I'm tired.
I'm turkey. I've got to go lay down.
I'm turkeyed
I'm
out.
turkey.
Right.
I am turkey.
I don't. My family is very quick to get the cleanup done. We are quite on it. So we don't
That's
have
smart.
that.
Get her done.
Yeah,
So everybody
we do
can get
have
a
a
nap?
tendency. I will say we do have a tendency after a big, family dinner that we sit around and talk a while before we actually start motivating. But that's a communal decision that we all just sit around and chat.
That's a
before we
good thing.
actually get
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've and now it's just the older folks that fall asleep after Thanksgiving dinner. The rest of us are usually running around doing stuff. And,
Is it at the table that everyone falls asleep? Just
No. We at least move into the living room, and then people get in their comfy chairs and start falling asleep. All right, number 9. Bulls get angry when they see the color red.
Oh yeah, because bull. What are the guys? The bull
the
fight-
matador.
Yeah.
Don't! You helped him too fast.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wanted to
don't-
see the
Sorry.
struggle.
I'm sorry. I'm
Don't help
sorry.
him so quick next time.
I like the
Well,
visual hand signals.
Olay.
That's the
guy on a
International
smallest.
sign
pony.
for Matador.
That's
Look like
the
somebody on a
smallest one
pony
ever.
ready to fall off.
It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex Matador.
I hate you all.
You
So
do not.
nobody help him quickly, okay? Let him
Okay.
struggle for a little bit.
Okay.
I apologize to Debbie right now.
It's okay. It's all right. I really wanted to see where that was going to go. So, yeah.
I know. As soon as I said it, I'm like,
Oh, too fast.
So the
too
bulls aren't instigated by the color red. They're
Aren't
probably
they?
just they're instigated by the guy.
Aren't instigated?
Well, they don't get
Agitated.
agitated. So they don't. It's really the fact that there's a guy standing in front of them, egging them on, that gets them angry. I guess.
And then stabbing them in the butt as they run around them.
Right.
Well, it's not just them standing in front of them; it's the floral. So it's when they're moving the cape back, the cape back and forth on their sword.
Yeah.
It's that movement that gets the bull. And I don't know nothing, by the way, gets the bull angry.
Well, don't they also, whenever the bull runs, they turn and the job is to add something in behind the bull, right? They stab him in the butt with the bull, which agitates more.
So the whole job of the matador is it's the end of like the running of the bulls and Pamplona, right? They're actually trying to exhaust the bull.
Yes.
But in the end, they're actually going to take their sword and they're going to stab the bull and kill it.
Nice. Poor bull.
Yep.
All right.
It's a bunch
Wonder
of
bulls
bull.
have such a bad temperament. We always had to be careful on the farm because if the bull was in the front pasture, we couldn't hang out. We couldn't do stuff in the front pasture because bull was mean. So
No.
Would it chase you?
yeah, you had to get in the hay barn if you wanted to survive, and
Oh,
wait
wow,
until
okay.
he got bored and walked away so that you could get back out of the hay barn and go back to the house. Yeah,
Hmm.
Good time. Good time. All right, number 8. Cracking your knuckles makes them bigger and gives you arthritis.
My chiropractor told me this was true.
It helps relieve.
I know
some
it's actually good
arthritis.
for you. Like
If it
releases-
hurts,
He said it causes laxivity. I don't even know if that's a word. Laxivity in the joints, and that's where arthritis can become inflamed, is because there's space in your joints, and so by cracking them, it causes more space. I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
Having space is actually a good thing, though, because you want that cushion. You don't want it to be bone on bone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the space in
arthritis
the
occurs
joint
when
is natural
bone on
and
bone
good.
is rubbing
Right.
together.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I mean, like having more space for more fluid is
So crack
Good
away,
thing.
crack
I
away.
thought cracking your knuckles, I thought any of that kind of stuff, any kind of your joints, it's just the gas that's in between the joints, it's just that noise.
Like farting your
Yes.
Farting
Like
your
knuckle
knuckles when you
farting.
crack them?
Mhm.
Knuckle farting.
I crack my knuckles. I can't say a lot, but I've been cracking my knuckles for years, and I have absolutely no problems with my hands. I have
There-
arthritis in many other joints in my body.
I have it in
But
my
not my hands.
thumb from work, so I have to pop it because it really hurts down in that joint.
Right, and
So
that's
after I
probably
do that,
because
it feels better.
yeah, I was
But-
going to say probably because it's the air is getting compressed and there's less, and then when you crack it, it actually puts more of a pocket in there.
We don't know what
I
we're talking
assume.
about.
I don't know that. We are not medical experts.
No, we're
Let's put that out there right now.
Did check it on Google.
Listen to this.
We are
Check it on
totally
Google.
making this
Yeah.
up
Like
as
we
go
didn't.
along.
Okay.
Okay. Next is MSG. A lot of people still believe it's basically poison, and it's really no more harmful than regular salt.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that I believe that, but I don't know why I believe it.
Maybe because of the taste of like when you have something with MSG, it definitely has a very powerful, and maybe that's it. Just
Well, actually,
because
MSG is supposed to enhance the flavor of stuff.
it
It's
is
a flavor
and-
enhancer, right?
Yeah,
So it's a chemical of some kind.
I don't know. I'm just totally
I don't
making
know.
stuff
Me
up.
either.
I have no idea.
All
I
right.
try to avoid it.
I got a whole lot of nothing. I don't
Yeah.
remember how many things I've had with MSG versus without, so I've got no comparison. All right. Number 6 is that people in the Middle Ages believed that the earth was flat. The ancient Greeks knew that was false. The myth of the flat earth was a post-romanticism fantasy in pop culture, not a serious scholarly movement.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. I mean, I knew the Earth wasn't flat. I'm just saying that. Never mind.
Yeah, the Greeks proved that this Earth was round with phenomenal accuracy.
Yeah.
There are still some people.
Have you seen the documentary on Netflix, Flat Earthers?
No.
No.
Okay, well, I'm not going to run it for you. I'm going to give you a week, and we need to come back to this topic because it is phenomenal. Because
Is it a comedy?
no, there's real people that believe it, and then at the very end, they do a test to see if the Earth is flat. And I'm not going to give you the results of that test, but it's mind
I
blowing.
wrote it on the list. Okay.
It's mind blowing.
Flat
I would
Earth.
have to question the test initially, just the validity of
No,
the
it's a
test,
good.
but
It's a
I
good
gotta see
test.
it. I gotta
It's a
see
good
it.
test.
Okay.
It's a good test.
Get him.
It's a good
I
test.
I'm just saying.
So, Sam, are you now a flat earther?
No, I am still not.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Good.
so you're open. You're
This
still not.
documentary did
You're
not
close. You're right on the
Good.
edge.
Open
I
to
was
the
gonna be like-
discussion.
I was gonna be like, Dennis, I gotta go.
I'm
'cause
willing to
I
talk to
know where
people about
Sam
it.
is right now, and I'm gonna beat the hell out of him. All right, I will beat a round Earth into him.
That's fantastic.
All right, number 5. If you go outside with your hair wet, you'll get sick.
Yeah,
That
I
is
was told that. I was
false.
told that growing up.
Definitely
That's
false.
crazy.
See, here's the matador.
Here's the matador.
See, that's why the bull's agitated.
Oh yeah, I'd be agitated too. Holy
Yeah.
Moses!
Yeah. There you
Whoa.
go.
He looks
Poor
hurt,
bull.
Here, I'll
They're trying to get those.
Try to cover
that-
him a little bit.
and it's red. He's got a red thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought we established that with the item on the list that he uses a red tape.
We did. Thank you.
Let's say, what other color is popular in Spain?
Fine.
Red, and it's yellow.
See, look, Sam goes right to yellow. Okay. Number 4, that cutting or shaving your hair makes it grow back thicker.
Now I thought that was true. That's why I didn't cut my pubes.
Oh, my
Oh,
too far.
Yes. Wait. Oh, read this one.
Hey, you got a manscape. Come on.
Right. See, so
But he didn't.
right. I want it to be, you know.
he wanted to be a Wookiee.
What are you doing?
If you want to date with Dennis, please email him at.
Now that you've
Send-
seen his non-hairy chest, or his
Send us your Wookiee
semi
pics
hairy
at
chest.
podcast at
Oh my God! Do not send Wookiee
dennisgeorgeshow.com.
pics. That's fantastic.
No, what happens there is since I know a little bit about hair, what happens is whenever you the hair comes to a point typically. Okay, each hair comes to a point. So what makes it appear to be thicker is whenever you cut that off, it cuts it in a straight edge. So whenever it comes back, it's no longer at a smaller point, it's a flat edge. So it makes it appear to be thicker because you're seeing more of the circumference of the hair.
So will that flat edge turn to a point eventually?
It will after a while. Yeah.
You
But
know
a
how long
longer
that while
period of
is?
time.
Okay.
More than a month.
Oh, all right.
Is it also kind of psychological? Because I mean, like most people, they cut hair were places they don't want it. And so like when you start out growing up, it's all peach fuzz, right? But then, you're shaving it off and it becomes actual stubble.
That's not
If
always
your
true
hair
because I want a whole bunch of hair here. All of this, I'll go ahead and tell people, this is 38 years of no hair.
And the mustache you're seeing right now on Sam is a week of
No.
of growth.
This is 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
If your hair grew back thicker, you'd be cutting your hair to be everybody have a really hairy head. I obviously
Yes.
did not. So that's a false thing.
Yeah.
It did not work for me.
Lies.
Lies. It's all
I tell
lies.
you.
Thank you, Debbie. That was a good one.
All right, number 3. I guess that was my cue to move along. Number 3, that driving with interior dome lights on at night is illegal.
Never heard that.
I've not heard it's
I have
illegal,
heard
but it
that.
sure is stupid.
I feel like I heard somebody say something like that at some point, but it's not like it was told to me. I think I just overheard
It
it.
makes it really hard to see the road at night. That's for sure.
Depends what
Especially if
interior
you're the
lights you
one-
have on.
Right.
Especially if you're the one in the vehicle trying to drive and somebody's trying to look at and continually have that light on. I
Right.
remember I was on a trip. I think it was like, I can't remember, Nashville, Louisville, and we were driving back to St. Louis.
It is Nashville because
And somebody in my passenger seat was trying to do homework, and so they had the light on.
I know who this
playing
was.
on the computer, and I was just like, I can't even freaking hardly see. But I felt bad saying, no, you can't do your homework.
Got to put him in the back seat.
I would like to say hello. Everybody say hi to Pandora.
Aw.
Pandora.
Pandora.
She's a good
Those of you
girl.
on the podcast, we're looking at a lab.
Yellow lab.
Yellow lab.
You're
All right,
jealous.
I have 2 more. Number
right.
2, bats are blind. I don't know whoever said bats were blind.
Well, there is a phrase, you're blind as a bat. So
Mhm.
I have heard that phrase many
I
times.
have as well, but I never knew that they were.
Probably
I
because they
never
fly at
thought
night
that
and they
they
use
were.
sonar.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
think they
never
don't
thought
have
that they
good
were.
sight though.
Yeah, their sight is not great,
Right.
as I
So-
understand it. But yeah, no, they're not blind.
But I've
Because
heard
they
people
typically
describe
go
other
off
people.
sound.
I've heard people describe other people as you're blind as a bat. So I
No,
get
that's a common phrase, sure.
it. Yeah, I get it.
Which means you can't see well. Not blind.
Really, Dennis, come on. Get
Come
with
on.
it.
Fair enough.
Use Google more.
Good point. No, good point. Blind as a bat.
Number 1, that we only use 10% of our brains. So that's not actually true. A normal brain, there is activity in 100% of the brain, just not all the time. So we are not always using 100% of our brain, but 100% of our brain is active. It's not necessarily all at the same time.
There's a
And
lot of people
that-
that I wish could use more of their brain.
Yeah. I think there are some that only have 2 brain cells and it's only running at 10% power. Just
I'm pretty sure I use all of my brain. I'm just
There are some people that if they had 2 brain cells, they'd be dangerous.
There was an interesting show, a documentary, and it was about brain, and it's about different parts of your brain and where a lot of the information is processed. And I can't remember what exact part of the brain it is, but they studied the brains of people over in London who were learning to be taxi cab drivers. And so they had to go and learn all of the streets, and they had it's like a guy be out on a motorbike and he'd have a map and he'd have to learn the names of the streets. And they found that these people, there are parts of the brain that got larger because they had to contain more information. They actually, parts of their brain grew. So anyway, I found that very fascinating.
Yeah. Interesting.
So keep learning,
Keep learning. Keep
no
putting
matter
stuff-
what it is.
Yep.
Keep learning. Just keep.
And that's the top 10 list, top 10 myths.
Thank you.
Boom.
We're going to do a little break, and after the break, we're going to read your emails, UFO email. We're going to whoop it up.
that's
We're
nice.
going to talk about hoo-ha's, and we're going to get probed. Stick
Dennis.
around.
Dennis. Start the connection.
Okay. Okay.
The Dennis George Show continues after this.
Check out our YouTube channel. It's a whole new way to watch radio, where you can find each episode of our show. Just search Dennis George Show. Like us and subscribe. See you there.
Hey, this is Mitch from The Dennis George Show. If you have a question, comment, new sexual position, things I should do with Dennis's mom, or looking for a date, or even looking for a date with Dennis's mom, send us an email at podcast@DennisGeorgeShow.com. If we read your question or comment on the air, we'll send you a t-shirt. That's podcast@DennisGeorgeShow.com. And now, back to the show.
All right, I'm loading our
I
email.
just gotta say that my other dog is now jealous and wants to say hi to everybody. So for those on YouTube, this is my other dog, the Mastiff Cooper. Yes, his head is as big as my head.
You've got mail.
Yeah.
Yay, we got mail.
So we did an episode well over a month ago, might have been 2 months ago now, where we talked a lot about it was a UFO show. It was our outer space show. We talked a lot about those sorts of things, and we invited listeners to email us if they have been abducted to share their stories. We also invited aliens who might want to come on the show, or outer spacers. I'm not supposed to call them aliens anymore.
Who told you can't call them
Outer
aliens?
spacers?
I think we'll probably get to that answer in the email.
Is that what we're supposed to call them?
We're no longer allowed to refer to.
Are they just terrestrially challenged?
Yes, apparently we're not being politically correct. I was told in a couple emails we're not allowed to call them aliens anymore. That hurts their feelings. Now I don't know how someone knows that, but
love you all.
They were
Thank you
probed.
for listening.
Fine, they were,
and they got to feel the feelings.
It's true.
Make sure you put your hat on.
A lot of good suggestions here. I will tell you, we did get a plethora of email. So I did have some fun reading some of these and picking out only the very best for you, our podcast and YouTubers. Thomas from Oakland, California says, speaking of alien encounters and probing, by the way, probing seems to have been the overreaching, not the reach around, the overreaching emails that we received. So we got a lot of probing.
Debbie, he's your friend.
That's where we
All
went
right.
too far whenever we
You
talked
knew it
about probing.
first.
Yeah.
When I met him, he was a good Christian boy. All right, you turned him into this. All right.
Thomas from Oakland, California says, quote, speaking of alien encounters and probing, you should read Probed in the Butt by a Gay Alien, a paranormal M4M alien encounter, available on Amazon Kindle by BJ Sucker. I did look this up. This is a real book that has been.
Do you think that's his real name?
I don't. I think that's a pseudonym for sure.
How do we know that aliens have different sexualities than
Right.
Well, we're going to get to that. Here we go. So
How do we know they only have two?
Wait for it. Wait for it.
wait for it. By the way, I did pull up the book and I found an excerpt, and I thought I'd go ahead and read that to you. This is an excerpt.
Debbie, do you have the button?
Yay.
Please have the buzzer ready. Thomas from Oakland, California, thank you for pointing this out, that we should encourage our listeners to get this book.
Educate yourself.
Here's an excerpt. Quote, when I was suddenly abducted by gray, squishy aliens, I was confused and afraid, but I quickly learned they were big on informed consent. It really wanted me to enjoy my probing. I was about to feel things I never imagined possible when the alien took my butt with his big, squishy probe. And it goes on. By the way, Charles wrote a review of the book.
An adult.
And Charles's review of the book is Charles says the story is okay, but it's over in a short time. It's a short story, but I expected so much more. The cover suggests so much more. So not a glowing review of that.
Did you look at the cover art? I don't want you to go into explanation because I really don't want to know. But did you look at the cover art?
What was
so
the
that
name of
you
the book
agree
again?
with
The name of the book was
Probed in the Butt by a Gay Alien by BJ Sucker.
Probed in the Butt by Thank you, Thomas in Oakland, California. Speaking of other books on the topic, I found quite a few on Amazon. Apparently, there's a lot of authors. Another book, His First Time, Filled by Alien Seed. That's an actual book. It's like, okay.
It's very erotic, the cover.
Yeah.
It's just a man butt.
By the way, fair warning to all of you, once you search Amazon for this book or other like titles, your
here we
Amazon
go.
suggestions will get skewed from here on out, just so you know.
Yay!
Yeah,
You go on
will
some
know,
kind of
like,
a watch list.
I was
Yeah.
searching for an
we
air
got it
filter.
crazy. Let's go. Let's go.
I was searching for an air filter yesterday, and all of a sudden, some alien abduction book came up.
This is why you got to get that intern in so that he can be the one doing all this.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Private browsing, do you still get that?
What?
If you change your to private browsing, do you still get that?
I don't know. I don't know what private browsing is.
Well, you
Okay
click
then.
All right.
It's on your web browser. You can select that. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Fred from Tulsa, Oklahoma writes, "Hey man, when I was 16, I was walking in a field on the way home from a friend's house, and a large blue disc came out of the sky and landed in front of me. I tried to run, but was stuck like frozen to the ground. The next thing I remember, I was in a bright white room on a table with no clothes on. I can't describe what was touching me, but it wasn't human. It wasn't gross, but I wasn't scared anymore. Definitely probed every way possible. I never told anyone."
Huh.
Thanks,
He got
Fred.
it in the ear?
Thanks,
In the
Fred.
nose.
Every way possible, Sam. Every
Every
way
way.
possible. Yeah. Fred from Tulsa. Thanks.
Tiny
Thanks
probes.
for sharing, Fred.
Sharing
Are they
your-
hung? I'm just
Okay.
asking questions.
Oh,
Fred, you can write back.
apologize to Fred.
Fred, you can write back in and let us know if you're hung and if the aliens are hung.
And Dennis wants pictures.
Duster, Duster in Cincinnati, Ohio, wrote, "Your listeners are welcome to join our UFO network, MUFON, and
MUFON. Call it MUFON. I like it.
MUFON, MUFON.com. We have over 113,000 documented cases of UFO sightings and experiences." So I went to their website, and boy, they sure do. MUFON is an all-volunteer. I looked this up, too, to see what they were. MUFON is an all-volunteer nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization and the world's oldest, largest civilian UFO investigation and research organization. Our goal is to be the inquisitive mind's refuge, seeking answers to all the most ancient questions. Are we alone in the universe? The answer, very simply, they say, is no. Whether you have UFO reports to share, armchair UFO investigator aspirations, or want to train and join our investigative team, MUFON is here for you. Debbie.
Okay. Do you know what MUFON stands for?
No.
Okay. So, Duster, if you are listening to this podcast, I just am curious what the acronym MUFON stands for. So, if you could let me
Working
know, I
on
would
it.
greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure it stands for something. Listener Fred in Albin, Florida, sent a tinfoil hat in. A picture of that for Sam. I thought
Oh, it looks so cute too.
It's a lovely tinfoil hat, isn't it?
It is.
thought that was nice.
Yeah, what's that thing on the right side of his head? I'm sorry, if listeners can't see that.
Right side. It's his finger pointing.
That's his left side of his head.
No, that's something on the wall behind
That's the
him.
background behind.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
see it
okay.
now. Thank you so much.
It's an
Debbie.
attached alien probe.
Yeah, it looked like something, right into the temple. Okay.
Dr. Emma Sullivan Bissett from the University of Birmingham in the UK writes, "From my research and recent paper, Is It Normal to Believe You Have Been Abducted by Aliens?" She wrote us. And she says, quote, contact with aliens is contact is a matter of aliens visiting their bedroom at night. This is what most people believe. But for others, it can mean being abducted, taken aboard spaceship, and once they're being abducted to medical experimentation, including the removal of eggs or sperm. Some abductees claim to have formed sexual relationships and produced hybrid offspring with their abductors, as well as having received important information about the fate of the Earth. The prevalence of these beliefs is unknown, but estimates vary from at least several thousand worldwide to 3.7 million Americans alone have been abducted and had experiences with aliens. Her paper goes on.
Clearly, I'm not cool enough to get probed.
She
by
sent
it.
this to me, but then I went online to read her paper. So she wrote, so why do people believe that they've been abducted by aliens when presumably they haven't? Psychologists looking to answer this question have appealed to awareness during sleep paralysis, ASP, and accompanying hallucinations. During rapid eye movement sleep, the sleeper is immobilized. In ASP, the sleeper wakes up before the paralysis has disappeared and is aware that they're unable to move. 75% of subjects will hallucinate while experiencing ASP. Abductees report a variety of experiences. The hallucinations may be visual, including lights, animals, strange figures, and demons, or auditory noises, including heavy footsteps, humming, or buzzing noises. Several reports from abductees chime well with this explanation.
Are you trying to say that they're not seeing real things?
Yeah, that's what she's saying. She's saying that a lot of studies, specifically at this university in the UK, they've studied this quite a bit, in fact, that there's a form of sleep paralysis that happens that causes hallucination, and you think you're awake, and then you hallucinate. And they say a lot of people they believe, and they truly believe they've experienced this, but in fact, have not. Now, I wonder, have any of you ever sleepwalked, or have any of you ever had sleep experiences like this?
So I actually have sleptwalked, but I was actually talking to one of my friends, Beth, who is a sleep expert on this, and she's telling me that, like, ASP is like what your body kicks into during REM. Everybody kicks into ASP when they're going in REM. All right, that's how you don't sleepwalk, But
Yeah.
I mean, I get the idea of why you would think that you're being abducted if you wake up and you become conscious before the ASP stops. Because I mean, it's a feeling that you went to bed totally fine, you woke up and you're,
I don't know if you went to bed perfectly
quadriplegic.
fine. It might have been a little too much drugs or alcohol.
But
Or
still,
painkillers.
but you go to sleep and technically you're fine, and then you wake up and the first 30 seconds that you're awake or conscious, you're a paraplegic. You can't move.
Yeah.
All right. And so that's the difference. And you're like, oh, okay, what's happening to me?
Never had that.
Yeah.
I have something to report.
Yeah, go Sam.
So MUFON stands for Mutual UFO Network.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you,
You're
Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Yeah, I will
It's
tell
been
you,
around for 52 years.
I've never visited an alien craft, and I've never been probed. So what I will say
Are
is,
you sure you've never been probed?
I will say that
Ever?
I can't speak to.
Are you sure?
Have
Sure, I
you not done? Have you not probed yourself?
I can't. No,
Oh,
I cannot speak to those experiences. What I can say is that there are times I've had very vivid dreams, and I've woken up a little disoriented. And I could see that if you had a condition where you were a sleepwalker or a more advanced ASP, as Mitch was suggesting, that you would wake up disoriented and still kind of believe that you're in that sort of sleep environment, and you would maybe daydream that something happened to you. I could see that was the case.
I'm
But
just happy that whenever that happens to me, I typically get a celebrity, not an alien.
Okay.
It's a much better experience.
and he
And
enjoys
it's-
that probing.
And it's nice.
Right. And that's fine. I would say that of the people who have been probed and have offspring, we would like to invite those people on the podcast. So
we
if,
want to see what the alien baby
so
looks
if
like.
if you really have an offspring that has been produced as a result of you being probed or impregnated or whatever,
And pictures.
we would be very happy to welcome them on the show, because that would give us a little bit more insight to this.
We need more. We need more studying.
We need more studying. Over 3 million people in the U.S. potentially. Now I have met some people that I have felt
Is that kind of like a Jesus thing, right?
Debbie, I feel you're holding back.
a Jesus thing.
Right. Mary had an immaculate conception, right? So if she got
Oh.
probed,
Maybe
Jesus was
Mary
an
got
alien?
probed by the aliens, and that's
maybe
what.
we
Yeah.
have a whole lot of baby Jesuses out there.
Yeah.
I thought we weren't using aliens. I thought you quit using aliens.
Oh yeah, we're not allowed to use the word alien.
You've used it like 12 times here in the last 3 minutes.
It's true. I don't know. What
I
to
just
call
don't know what else to call them.
these guys, people from the universe.
Terrestrially challenged.
But that means they're not from here, which is the definition of an alien.
Right.
The
Yeah.
non-earthers.
Ah,
There you go.
Oh, I like it.
Like it, Debbie.
Mhm.
Kind of like flat earthers, but non-earthers.
Call
Not
them
of-
knees, any, no, none
Yeah,
of
not
earthers.
of this
Shorten
earth.
it, any.
Right.
Yeah, go. got it.
Debbie's
We're
giving
done here. Wrap it up.
us, watch us on YouTube. Debbie's giving us the wrap it up symbol.
We're done. We're done. Cut it
I
off.
mean, the death symbol is coming next from Debbie.
Yep. Keep those emails coming. Podcast at DennisGeorgeShow.com. Those of you who have been promised a T-shirt, I promise we will get to those.
As soon as the intern gets to him.
Promise to promise. Yes,
I promise. I'm blaming the intern, so it's fine. It's fine. Thanks all for sticking around, and thanks for listening and watching. And we will catch you next time.
Party on, stay
we
safe.
have an apology
Very
list.
mild
Apology list.
Apology list.
Oh, we should do. We
It's
should do. Yeah,
huge.
we should do
He
our
just
apology
thinks
list.
I'm forgettable. I'm gonna apologize to
Please,
myself for being
The
forgettable.
aliens.
We're gonna apologize to Dennis. I don't remember what that was for. It was very early on in the show.
No, he doesn't
No.
get apologies,
No.
Sam.
Oh,
doesn't make the
that's
list.
right.
We retract that apology.
All
We're
right.
gonna apologize to fart fetish people. We made fun of you a lot, and we shouldn't do that. We're gonna apologize to Debbie for not getting her Christmas crack for many years over and over. Morgan Freeman for all of the interruptions during your commercial. We do apologize, but Eric, come on, get your shot.
Right.
NAG, we did make some funnies at you today, saying you were old and other things, and we don't believe that. Debbie, we're sorry that we took you down the sex road. We're very sorry.
I thought that was the country road.
And we're going to apologize to Debbie again. Eric, we're very sorry that you're tied up at Dennis's house. And we're going to apologize to Turkey because you do not have as much tryptophan as chicken. We're going to apologize to aliens because
Non-earthers.
they're space people or non-earthers. And that's all I have.
Wasn't my mom on the list?
Mississippi.
My mom.
Mississippi.
Mississippi. I already checked it off. Sorry.
Okay.
Mississippi,
And
we apologize.
probably should apologize to Ann.
We should probably apologize to Ann.
Anyone we call out of
And
the
the
chocolate,
family.
And my nieces.
chocolate or
And the family.
Yeah, chocolate or candy hoarder.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Kind of a
No.
wild list this week.
We can do better. Come on, guys. We need
Right.
to work harder.
We will see and talk to you all next time. Thank you all. Have a great week. See you later. Bye.
Love it. Bye.
Join us again next time for another edition of The Dennis George Show. Thanks for watching.